Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have The Art of Racing in the Rain. This is a movie based on a book by Garth Stein. This is from 2019. It's an hour and 50 minutes long, and it's actually really well timed that we're watching this, because this is about a man who loves to drive fast, specifically Formula One cars, and in Las Vegas right now is the F1 Grand Prix, and I believe they're on their first race today. The qualifier was last night, I believe, and today is the first official race. They go right down Las Vegas Boulevard and around the Sphere and everything else. And so yeah, this is actually kind of strangely well timed. I did not plan on this. So all told, this is obviously, like I said, it's racing in the rain. It's about a man and his love of racing, but also a love of his dog. And we get to see it from the dog's point of view. And now, normally, if you've seen any of my other videos, I do not like it when dogs and animals talk. It's not the fact that I don't like them talking, is I hate when they do the digital animation of making them talk to each other. And, just like, yeah. Beverly Hills Chihuahua or Airbuds or all the puppies and stuff like that. Thankfully, they do not do that in this at all. This is a serious, actual drama film. And before that scares you away, oh no, it's too serious, there's plenty of humor in it. And the voice of the dog is Kevin Costner. So if you look at a Labrador, where is he? There he is. If you look at a Labrador and and this is obviously this is taken from the point of view of telling the story of the life of his best friend right here, Milo Ventimiglia. You know him from Heroes and a bunch of other stuff. He was Rocky's son, I believe, in some of the later films. But yeah, he's done a lot of stuff over the years. But in this, he is best friends with Milo, and Kevin Costner voices the dog, and he's looking back on his life, and we see him. We get introduced to him at the very beginning of the film, where he's just kind of worn out, it looks like it, and his Milo comes home. Milo plays Denny. Denny comes home and finds him just sort of out of sorts. And we get this moment to listen to him look back on his life, how he first met Denny, and everything that happened in between that moment and the moment we see at the beginning of the film. You can kind of guess what's happening in the situation in this moment, but you might be somewhat incorrect in what you assume is happening in that moment. I'm just going to say that. I'm not going to give you too many spoilers, but kind of like yesterday when I said that the Miley Cyrus movie, the last song, was really meant for teenage or young adult women who grew up with Miley and see her in her maturing phase and having a real serious, dramatic adult relationship with a boy, and all the struggles you have with that. And it's meant to, by the way, it's meant to pull a few tears out of you. If the people coming out of that movie, if the women coming out of that movie aren't identifying with Miley, there's a problem, I guess. Maybe they hadn't succeeded, let's just say, in telling that story. But I imagine that anybody coming out of that movie is drying tears in their cheeks with the napkins they had left over from their popcorn. For this movie, though, this is meant for, I'm not going to say exclusively, and I think that will have an effect on just about anybody who watches it, but imagine that the primary audience would be men who love their racing cars, love their dogs, and love their families. And if you can make it even halfway through this film without dabbing your eyes, without just like, I have a cold, and I'm going to go with that excuse as to why I am just really just, yeah, I can't really see clearly. I am stuffed up, and just blowing my nose constantly. I'm gonna go with that excuse. I'm so very manly, and it did not break me at all. This movie, it it will break you. It should. I kind of imagine maybe you're just disconnected or not paying attention to anything else going around you, going on around you. I mean, like you're not paying attention to the movie, I should say. You are, yeah. This is the kind of movie like Rudy was made for college football fans. You know, if you don't like feel something in that moment for Rudy, Sean Astin, well, one, there's something wrong inside, I think, and you don't understand football. If this is again, racing is the main foundation of this, the connection between him and his dog, because as we hear in Kevin Costner's voice, he has an appreciation for racing after sharing it with his best friend. And yeah, we don't get the impression that our dogs really love racing or football or whatever we're interested in, Star Wars, you know, I don't know. But we know that a lot of times dogs will react to the things around them. You know, they see Darth Vader show up on the screen and start barking at him because they know he's the bad guy. He's going to hurt Luke and Leia or whatever. Yeah, sometimes you see people with videos like that in social media and whatever, viral videos and things like that. But in this, of course, when it comes to racing, we get to hear in his own voice, in the dog's voice, Enzo, by the way, Enzo after Ferrari. That's what he names the dog. Enzo has a deep appreciation for racing. And it's not done in a goofy, silly kind of way. It's very much, if you had Kevin Costner as a pet. No, it just feels, Kevin Costner, like, I think is the Sam Neill maybe? But no, Kevin Costner is probably the best voice you could have gotten for this. Yeah. It's just, yeah. So we get to see the life of this dog through his eyes, through his voice, and the family that grows around him through becoming best friends with Milo as Denny. And Denny, of course, as most people do, gets a girlfriend, gets a wife, maybe has a kid. And it's a unique perspective. And it's you get to go on this roller coaster of a life that this guy's struggling to make it in racing, trying to do everything he can. He's teaching how to drive, he's doing other things, and there's also struggles within family that he has to deal with. And this perspective that it's not just another family drama or sports drama. It is one step removed in a way, but in a way you want to imagine that your best buddy, your fuzzy little buddy, man's best friend, understands things as in a way that you do, but in some ways more. It's in that sense it's a fantasy film. We don't know what the dogs understand, the cats, I don't know, but mainly dogs. That certain level of loyalty and connection that they have with owners, masters, whatever you want to, however you want to qualify that relationship. It's an emotional ride. That, no pun intended. It is an emotional ride. I cannot stress that enough. But yeah. If you want to set aside some time to appreciate a film that has racing, a dog, and Amanda Seyfried as Milo's wife. Yes, Amanda Seyfried plays Eve, his wife. And, you know, Amanda Seyfried. Okay, so so yeah, it's if you want to sort of live vicariously through this guy, just be aware that if you feel any kinship to this man who is connected to his best buddy, and you get to imagine you You could hear what your dog was saying and thinking about you. And it's all good. And he's looking out for you. Yeah. This, I said it before, I know. This will break you. And you kind of want to, at times you're like, you're Denny, and at times you identify with the dog. You want to do something despite your lack of opposable thumbs and your lack of a voice, the tongue that is required to say the things you need to say, that you want to say to your best friend. Yeah, there's a number of times that I had to deal with my cold. Yeah, I had a really bad cold. So, yeah, I can't say it enough. I do recommend this film, but just be prepared that it should impact most people. No shame if you don't feel anything for this. If you're just very cynical about this kind of movie-going experience, yeah, I guess. And yeah, there's always going to be somebody who's going to crap out all over this, but if you have a love for dogs, even a love for racing, but mainly a love for dogs, you're going to really appreciate this, and a love of your family. If you're a father, especially. If you're a husband, yeah. Yeah, you want Enzo as your best friend. So that's all I can really say about this without having to blow my nose again. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. 145. Ugh. I gotta finish this so I can blow my nose. 145. Ugh. Hey, the 140s, the 130s take us. Wow, this is also pretty well timed. Because next month, the third final season of this series is coming to Disney Plus. But in the meantime, we're gonna watch a Marvel Studios assembled behind-the-scenes making-of documentary for What If? The animated Marvel series that takes us down different paths as to what could have happened if things just went a slightly different direction in the Marvel movies and TV shows we know and love, with the characters we enjoy. So Marvel Studios assembled, the making of What If is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that. Bye.